Live from LA Comic-Con, it's the Nighttime Show! With us as always, our highly collectible head writer, Matt Walker. I'm the voice of the Nighttime Show, Mike Black. We have a very special guest, star of Beverly Hills Pawn, Weird Science, and God's Not Dead, Cory Oliver.
Oh, yeah!
And now, the host with the most, and by most I mean calories, put your hands together for Stephen Kramer Glickman!
Yay! Hi, everybody. We are in our booth, booth 302, the Nighttime Show booth at LA Comic-Con. It's a very special time. We just got to have Cory Oliver on the Antiques Nerd Show panel, which was a success. People brought toys. We brought toys. We talked about things and toys and nerdy stuff. Cory, you're the best. Thank you for coming out and dealing with me. Thanks for dealing with traffic to get the hell out here.
This is my first time here, so this is a big deal, guys.
Wow, really?
I'm a Comic-Con virgin.
Yeah,
wow.
I've never been to one of these.
Whoa.
There are a lot of virgins at Comic-Con.
I know. It's really fun. You guys should all come down here. It's great.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I was trying to explain to her who Tommy Wiseau was. I was like,
oh, yeah,
you'll
good
see
luck.
Tommy Wiseau over there.
Yeah.
He did not work out.
You ask him to explain. He's like, I make a movie, people watch it and they don't like it, but guess what? It ends up being a big movie. People then they like it. Then guess what happens? Says Rogan come in, Rogan says I'm going to make a movie, and then they make that movie about me, and it wins Oscar. So good for them. But also, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, cool.
We'll translate that later.
I have underwear for sale in my booth, guy. That's basically.
What did
Is he selling
do?
underwear?
We got a photo of him yesterday.
Yeah, we
at
asked
the
him to
booth.
come in the booth to take a photo, and he takes a seat, and we take the picture, and then we go, hey, can we ask you to take a picture next to the neon sign? And he goes, no, you got your publicity, good for you. And then got up and walked away.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And this is someone that you've hired and paid money to as an actor.
Yeah, no, we paid him like $5,000 to do some video thing.
Wow.
Where he played the president of the fake world in some stupid sketch.
Yeah.
It was great.
That was the Carbots one you did?
Yeah, Carbots. Yeah. Carbots.
You got your publicity.
You got your publicity. Get out of here, guy. Hi, Mark.
Stalk him and see if I can get a photo with him later.
Oh, you can do that.
I think so. I think
That's readily doable.
Do it.
I'll charge him $5,000.
You should say, I am the celebrity.
Yes, that's right.
I have real credits.
How long have you been in Southern California, Cory? Where did you grow up?
I've been here for around 26 years, actually.
Okay.
I grew up in a small town, Danville, population 300 at the time. And
Danville, home of Dan and Yogurt.
Yes, and I came down here to pursue my dream. And, it took me a long time. I had a lot of things happen. And
When did you come? When did you move? How old were you?
how old was I when I moved here?
People do the math.
Oh, no, we don't have to do that. But you moved here which year?
I moved here in 1997.
We moved here right around the same time. I moved here in 97 also.
Yeah.
Where did you live
No,
when you
I'm
moved
sorry.
here?
Was it 97? You guys, come on. You're asking me to go way back.
97, 96,
Way back.
97. Where did you live when you moved here?
I actually moved to Manhattan Beach, not knowing that it would be a trek to come in for
my
auditions,
God. Oh, yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. I didn't know the geographic. Remember I said I was directionally challenged and dyslexic, so
Sure, yeah.
I ended up very far away. But I quickly moved into the city.
My first job in Los Angeles, of my whole life, my first job in LA was in Manhattan Beach.
Was it really?
And it was at the Maui Beach Cafe.
Yes, that's still there, I think.
Yeah. What was really funny about that job, and I'll just say this very quickly, is they hired me to work in Westwood at the Maui Beach Cafe, all right? But I had to go to training in Manhattan Beach, which is fucking far away, by the way. So I go all the way out to Manhattan Beach. I'm training. I suck, by the way. I am the worst employee to ever exist, basically, for most jobs, except for,
true.
there's very few jobs I've done. My current job, I'm actually good at, but most jobs I've done, I'm pretty fucking terrible at.
Yeah.
And so they had me go and work at the Maui Beach Cafe in Westwood, and I watched a company slowly get worse until they closed. And the way that I knew it was getting worse was they had a basket of bread on the table when they first opened. It was like all these Hawaiian and like cool, like neat, like artisanal breads.
Yeah, you're at the beach.
And then like 6 weeks later, it was like crackers. And then it was Hawaiian sweet rolls, like the ones you buy in the grocery store.
Those are good.
And then
My daughter's favorite.
And then it went from Hawaiian sweet rolls to edamame.
Yeah.
And then it went from edamame to nothing, and
Yeah.
then it closed.
Yeah.
The whole
yeah.
store,
Oh,
just the
yeah.
whole place went out of
That's
business.
awesome.
Those Hawaiian
Yeah.
sweet rolls, they had a deal at IHOP where you get Hawaiian sweet roll French toast.
Sweet.
And
Ooh.
you would think, oh, that sounds good, except they used actual Hawaiian sweet rolls, so like it's curved on one side.
Yeah.
So you can't really make it into French toast because you can't flip it over and get that side cooked. So
Yeah.
it was
That's
actually
weird.
disappointing. I was very disappointed.
So my
IHOP.
daughter actually,
Yeah.
not to interrupt, but my daughter,
Oh.
which those are her favorite rolls, she's calling me now. We just posted on my Instagram, which I've not posted the little story without her.
So she's amazed.
She's calling me the third time, you guys,
Okay.
right now. So
You need
I'm
to
not
pick
sure
up.
if I need
All right,
to
we
get
can
it or
pause.
Take
not.
the call. Matt, you and me are both stand-up comedians, and I know we both say a lot of things that are very offensive on a regular basis. Do you ever have trouble sleeping at night?
Yeah, not because of things I say, though. It's just because I have lousy pillows.
Oh, okay. So you don't have like a horrible feeling of guilt sometimes for the
Never.
awful things. Oh, that's nice.
Never. I'm proud of the horrible things that I say to people.
That's good. That's a good way to be. Sometimes I do have trouble sleeping, or I did have trouble sleeping until I got this brand new pillow.
What kind of pillow?
I mean, this is next level stuff, Matt. This is a pillow. You've never seen a pillow like this because until recently it did not exist. It's called the buttress pillow. And it is shaped like a butt, and it has little legs, and you're not going to believe this. You got to go check it out. Thebutresspillow.com.
So it's like your face rests on a butt.
Your face is pressed into a butt crack while the legs support your neck and shoulders, basically. It
sounds comfortable.
It is very comfortable. It's ergonomic. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Ergonomic, functional, all natural, and it's absolutely beautiful. Check this out. This is from their website. Soft but supportive with the feeling of a butt. All right, and the sweet spot is between the thighs and the cheeks, which will gently cradle your head and support your neck. Great for side sleepers, back sleepers, and stomach sleepers. It's squeezable, slappable, face variable, relieves stress, from having a long, horrible day. What do you want to do at the end of a long day?
Put your head in a butt.
That is 100% right.
Well,
you can dress it up, you can dress it down. You want to throw some PJs
You
on
convinced
it?
me, so where do I go get one of these?
You go to thebutresspillow.com, thebutresspillow.com. That's THEBUTTRESS pillow.com. Go to thebutresspillow.com, Matt, and get your sleep on. You'll have much better dreams. All right, let's get back to the show. So, when it comes to you and to living in this crazy city, one of the hardest things in the world, is really breaking into this business. This is such a crazy business.
Yes.
So weird. What was your first acting job in the biz?
So this is kind of actually a fun story. I was, I did plays when I was younger up north, and I came down here and I was like a little fish in a big pond, right? So I went to a Disneyland audition, and they asked me, what's your favorite ride at Disneyland? And I was so nervous, and I had like a bag full of cotton balls in my mouth, it felt like. And I said, and I was thinking the Matterhorn, but I actually said Magic Mountain, which is a whole other theme park.
Whoa,
I
really?
did, and they must have thought, this poor girl, and I booked the commercial.
Wow. She needs a
I
job.
did. I actually walked out of there and I thought, well, I screwed that up, but I booked it. So it's one of those things, and I have had so many audition stories like that where you think, oh, I totally stunk up the room, right?
Yeah.
And you get the phone call, you're hired, and you're thinking, wait, what?
My first introduction to you, of seeing you on screen, was in the movie BASEketball. That was the movie where I was like, because I'm a huge fan of South Park and of
Matt
of
and
those
Trey are
guys, and Matt
awesome.
and
They're
Trey.
great.
And I remember someone showing that to me, and I thought it was the most ridiculous and hilarious, insane thing. How did you come to be in that movie? What was that process like?
Well, that's a good story as well. My agent sent me out on that audition, and I was in a room filled with women that were blonde, and they had big, chests.
Large chests.
And I don't.
Busty.
And I'm brown hair. And so I showed up, and I just thought I better make this kind of a fun audition. They were kind of just going in and reading the lines. And I did not know that David Zucker was in the room at the time.
Oh, wow.
my God.
He was there.
Yeah.
So apparently he only hires people that make him laugh in the audition. And so I had already made the decision to make it funny, even though it wasn't a funny role. So I went in and I just kind of made it funny. And I heard someone laughing behind the camera, and I had no idea it was David Zucker.
Oh, my God.
And I got the call later on that evening that I got the part.
Wow.
And apparently I think they had cut Jenny McCarthy out of the first 10 minutes for some reason. I don't know why. And they added this whole other storyline, which included Brittany Kaiser, which was me.
Yeah.
So is this reshoots that they were doing?
This was a reshoot.
Okay.
And they edited it all in, and it just somehow it made it there, and my role made
awesome.
it. So,
That's amazing.
as actors, we can all understand that we get cut and edited and that's sort of the frustrating part. You can nail a scene and give it your all and practice, and you just hit it, and you're on the editing room floor, which is really hard. But this was a cool movie. It was kind of a cult classic, BASEketball.
Has there been something that you were in that you were cut from that, like, which you ended up on the floor?
Well,
that's not what I mean. You know what I mean?
God's Not Dead, actually. I was not cut from the movie, but I had a scene in it, which was a 3-page dialogue, and it was like everything I ever wanted to say in my life to anybody. And I went home that night. I had done like 3 takes. It was the most incredible work I felt I had done. And when I went to go see the movie, it was edited down to 2 sentences.
Oh my God.
However, I mean, I was in the whole movie, but that particular scene, it worked for the movie, and I see why they did it.
Yeah.
But someday I would like to get the footage
Deleted
on.
scenes.
Yes, I would.
Put out the Cory Oliver edit
Thank
of the
you.
film.
I went
the
once
whole thing.
with I went with a friend of mine once to go watch her in a movie, and we got to this screening, and they announced everyone that was in the cast, and they didn't say her name, and so I went, "She's right here," and I pointed at her, and the director went, right, and Elizabeth. And then we watched, and she was mortified. Like, she was so upset with me. And I was like, come on, I'm just sticking up for you. It's no big deal. And then they played the movie, and she was not in it.
Yeah.
And we got in the car.
My heart hurts
and
for
she
her.
was so sad on the whole drive home. It was fucking rough. And I will never do that again.
Yeah.
Like, I will never assume that you get to be in the movie after you've been in the movie. Like, it's not always a guarantee.
Yeah, my friend Nick from my
No,
acting
it's
class was in a movie, and he went to the premiere, walked the red carpet, and then watches the movie, and he was nowhere to be seen.
It's so brutal,
and his
you
name's
guys.
not even in the credits, and
Yeah.
it's like, well,
Oh.
at least I still made a couple grand.
It's really hard.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Stephen, you're always really good about making people feel good, and about, you had her back, and you had the right intention, and you're always very good about acknowledging who people are. And
I
that's
try.
a wonderful trait, because you
Yes.
know what it takes to get here.
Yeah, it's a weird
Yeah,
road.
It is.
You know?
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's tricky.
It's fun, and it's if your heart's in it and it's your passion, then you stick with
Yeah.
it, and that's what drives us all, right?
And
yeah,
then,
exactly. Of course.
So you wound up on Beverly Hills Pawn, which lasted how many seasons?
I did 66 episodes. It was
Okay, that's a lot.
technically 5 seasons for the Reels channel. Yeah.
So now,
God.
Yeah.
how did that happen? Like, how do you know about collectibles and value of
and
things
also, like,
and all
how
that?
did you go from being like acting in movies
Big
and
movies
TV
to
shows,
TV
well,
show-
to
to
doing
TV.
that show? Like, how did that?
I had taken 13 years off to raise my daughter. I became
Got
a
it.
single mom, and
Amazing.
she was my main priority, as you guys just witnessed.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so when I got this call, I obviously I was not excited about doing reality because that's not where my background. And one of my very good friends who's won 28 Emmys, she said, you can't hit the ball if you don't get up to bat. So when I had re-entered into the business, I went from black and white headshots to color headshots, right?
Sure,
It's all
yeah.
social media and
that
online.
switch happened, yeah.
And this came across my desk, and I was like, you know what? Sounds fun. And I'm just loving sitting here watching all of Steven's fans come up,
Yeah.
and I just love him so much. It's so great.
That's,
It is. It really
yeah,
is. It's
Holly coming by, a good friend of all ours. We're going to
It's-
pause momentarily. Hold on
Give
one
me
second.
1 second. Sorry.
All right. So you had been acting, and then it came across your lap that this was a
Yeah,
thing
so
you
my
could do.
best friend had said, one of my best friends had said, can't hit the ball if you don't get up to bat. So I took this part, and originally it was around, the store and the jewelry and all that stuff, and it just didn't excite me. I'm not a jewelry fan, but I am an old Hollywood fan.
Yeah.
And I am a memorabilia fan. And I know a lot
Were you
about
collecting
a little.
lot of stuff before
I collected stuff, yeah. And thank you, Stephen. And so, I did. And then obviously with the internet, you can research easily.
Yeah.
So I became the expert on the show, one of the experts on the show. And that was a passion for me because, as I said before, old Hollywood, ending up in Zsa Zsa Gabor's house.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Talking about Elvis's piano was exciting.
It's one of the few shows. I was watching like Pawn Stars and like Storage Wars and a bunch of these fucking bullshit shows. And because they were like, I mean, like once we found out that it was like a lot of Storage Wars was fake and a lot of this one was fake and that
pre-packing them. Yeah,
I stopped. I really had trouble with them because I was like, I don't really want to watch these shows.
Steven, you do
also, it's not real. It's not from a real.
Yeah,
I know, but I was like, it's not from like a place that I care about.
Like you get that
I know
Iron
about.
Man isn't real.
No, I know, but I had watched an episode.
But they don't call it real Iron Man.
Yeah.
They don't call it like reality Iron Man.
No, it's a reality show, so you want it to have some semblance of realism to
course.
it. And then what happened
And it was the same thing every episode too. This is worth $300. Well, we'll give you $150. I don't know about that. Well, can you meet me in the middle? $200 sold.
Yeah,
every single
episode. Oh, and Storage Wars was like. They'd go into the storage unit that he bought for like $2,000. You know,
Right.
some bullshit
Yeah, of
storage.
Wait, hold on. I have a funny story about that.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
My niece, when she found out I was on Beverly Hills Pawn, she was in the 5th grade, and she went to school, and she said, my aunt is on a new show, and it's called Porn Stars.
Oh, no.
So my brother calls me. He's like, I said, no, it's not Pawn Stars. It's Beverly Hills Pawn.
Yeah.
So she corrected them and said it was Beverly Hills
Well, I
Porn.
don't know if she
Beverly
ever
Hills
corrected
Porn.
them, but just for those of you out there that were traumatized by my niece in the 5th grade, it was actually a legit show called
There's a
Beverly Hills
whole
Pawn.
group of about 30 boys that were in school with
Yeah,
her
that
that
were
have
like,
been spending
"We
their life
did
on
it."
the internet searching Cory Oliver porn.
Exactly.
They're looking desperately.
Oh my gosh, it's just it's funny how kids kind of
You know that
twist
like
things
at
around.
least 3 boys when she announced that were like, Yahtzee!
All right, finally.
Oh my goodness, so funny.
I always love when they go into the storage unit after he spent like $2,000. Then he goes, "Okay, well, there's a table. This table's gonna be $20. He goes, this old footstool is gonna be $45. This is a good haul right
This
here.
pair of salt shakers right here is easy. It's $6.
That's easy, $6, and they're just counting it up,
It
and then he
pays
goes,
for itself.
And they have the $2,000 marker of what he paid, and underneath they're like changing the numbers underneath, and then they get to around 500, and then he goes, but then you count the rest of this stuff up here. I'm at least at $3,700. You're like, you're a lunatic,
A lunatic hillbilly.
who
That's
not how it goes, though.
can't do math. That is what's happening. You have lost money on this thing. But that
pile
was
of dirt right there is easily.
it's easily going to be $100. But then there were 2 TV shows that I watched where I was drawn to them because I just I really dug it.
Yeah.
One of them was Beverly Hills Pawn, and the other one was Toy Hunter. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Toy Hunter I liked because it seemed fair,
Yeah.
and also the value of things he was putting on stuff. You could reference
That's
it
what
and
we're
go,
like Jordan
yeah,
Hembrow.
that seems right.
He'd meet somebody,
You're
and be
right.
like, and they're like, "Oh, I'll sell you this for $25." It's like, no, this is worth $100. Let me give you $75. Like he would do that.
Yeah.
He would do it a lot, and I respected
And that's why he
it a
became your
lot.
toy friend.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
became my toy friend. We're very close friends because of that.
Aw,
and
everybody
then
loves you,
and then
Stephen.
we love each other. And then when I watched Beverly Hills Pawn, you guys are down the street. You guys are around the corner
Yeah.
from where I live. So
Yeah.
coming over, I wanted to go in. I wanted to meet everyone
Yeah.
and see how it worked. And the stuff that you guys would get in there, it'd be like Elton John sunglasses
we had
and
some
stuff where you're
really
like,
great stuff.
what?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
gorgeous, cool things.
yeah.
Like you guys have had Banksy stuff in there and all
Oh
sorts
yeah,
of
we
amazing
have tons of
people's-
stuff in the vault.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
So
cool.
everybody knows Yossi, and he's been around for a long time.
He's a
so,
great character.
Yeah, he's a
Fun
great
and
character.
weird
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fun and weird. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
but he was good. He was yeah.
What are some of your favorite things? Like you mentioned Elvis's piano and Elton John sunglasses. What are some of your favorite things that came through?
I mentioned them really on the panel. The lighters really to me were kind of cool because it was for Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe's civil ceremony in San Francisco, and they loved each other, and their story is so amazing. And obviously they only lasted 9 months,
Yep.
but he still continued to send her
leave
flowers
flowers.
for 20 years, right?
Yep.
But there were 2 lighters that they gave away, which at a wedding back then they gave away lighters, right? Now they went from lighters to Jordan almonds to now I don't know what they give away, but
Quinoa,
Yeah, right.
California.
gluten-free bread.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So those were kind of cool. They were tattered and beat up, and they were signed by both of them. And They were $30,000.
Yeah, it's basically a one
Oh my
of a
God.
kind item.
One of a kind item, which I think they gave out a few pairs of them. But, again, they weren't real gold or silver, but $30,000 just because of the name. So we were talking earlier about how it is a collectible, a memorabilia item is subject to one's own interpretation. Someone might only pay $2 for that, but the right buyer is going to say, I want those, I need those,
Yep.
I'll pay $30,000 for those. And so they did. So, there are items like a baseball that Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe signed as well. So there were only one of 7 or 8 items that had both their signatures on it,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
brought up the value.
Yeah,
know what-
to have
you know
both
what-
of them together. Yeah.
I have a weird wedding thing that I have in my collection of weird memorabilia stuff. It's Hugh Hefner was engaged to that
Yes.
that girl. What's her name?
That girl, I love
the
that.
most
He's like,
recent-
that girl, there's
which
like
one?
10 of them.
Holly?
The most recent one that he was engaged to, and then they got married.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I don't know her
know.
name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because they're the one where they were engaged and then they split up and
Yeah.
they actually got married.
So
yeah.
the original engagement party for the original engagement
Okay.
before she dropped out, they made water bottles that had her name and his name, and it said the date of the wedding on them. And I got one because I went to the Playboy Mansion, and I still have it, but it's for an engagement that never happened, which is
But it ended up
But then
happening.
it did happen later. So
But
it's
the date's
even
wrong.
Actually
more
really
historic.
cool, though. That's
so
a
it's
cool
more
item.
historic. It's
That's
kind
a
of
cool
cool.
item.
One
It
thing
is
I have-
cool.
I don't know. It's probably worth about $8.
I just
but
remembered something
Still,
that I have
it's
that
good.
I actually could have brought today. I have Buzz Aldrin's autograph.
Do you?
The second
That's
man on the moon,
cool.
because I met him at a space shuttle landing in 1984, 83.
Yeah.
My grandfather took me to see the space shuttle land at Edwards Air Force Base because they did it in California a few times. So I went, and then his friend that we went with was an AP photographer, so we got to go close to where we saw the press conference of when the astronauts got off the space shuttle, and Buzz Aldrin was there.
That's so cool. Yeah,
and then
I met him.
And so I got to meet him, and
Yeah.
he signed a
Yeah.
program from STS
That's
006
really cool.
or whatever it was, and then so I have that signed from Buzz Aldrin, and then I have a Scott Carpenter autograph from
That's
an air
cool.
show, another Mercury astronaut. So
I
I don't know
So cool.
if
worked
space
on
stuff
a-
is becoming a thing again now. Maybe
Yeah.
with these movies coming out.
I worked on a show called The Home and Family Show. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
was-
Oh, I love that show.
You've been on that.
Yeah,
I've been on that show,
that
yeah.
was on
Yeah.
the original one with Christina Ferrari and Chuck Woolery, and then it was Michael Berger. And we had a
Whoa.
ton of people come on the show, and I have Al Martino's autograph on the record, Spanish Eyes, which was really amazing to me because that was my grandparents' favorite song. And then we had tons of people on that show. We had a lot of good guests on that
Chuck
show.
Woolery,
originally.
speaking of reality shows, had one of the weirdest reality shows. He had a reality show on the Game Show Network called Naturally Stoned, because Chuck
What?
Woolery in the 60s was a pop singer.
He was a singer. He came here
Yeah.
to be a singer.
So
yeah.
he put out a song called Naturally Stoned, and then they showed this show. It was a reality show about Chuck Woolery fishing in the wilderness in Utah
never
where he
saw
lived.
that. That's funny.
And then it was in maybe 10 years ago. And I watched it
Wow.
because I'm a big game show nerd.
Yeah.
And Chuck Woolery, in my opinion, is one of the top 10 game show hosts of all time.
You are a
He
big game show
told
nerd.
me once, whatever door opens, stick your foot in it. And he did. And what did he do? Love Connection for
Yeah.
I thought you
15
meant
years?
in a hashtag
thought he
Me
was-
Too way. I was like, this is going to be very bad story.
No.
Sounded like a threat at
Chuck
first.
Woolery
If
is
there's
so
a door open, stick your
No,
foot in it.
He was the nicest, most respectful
Close.
man to work
Yeah.
with. I'll
I'm
tell
just
you.
joking.
Yeah, no,
But he
you're
hosted
right.
a lot of great shows.
Yeah, he
That
did.
and
But you-
Billions and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah,
Good
he is.
guy.
He is.
Love me some
A
Chuck
little wacky on
Woolery.
Twitter now, but still.
But
I like
Stephen,
his
where
work.
did I see you again? I saw you at
You
the
and
Standard
I-
at some Star party.
Did we meet at the Star magazine
Yeah,
party?
Star magazine party. Yeah,
Yes.
and my neighbor worked for Star at the time, and so that's why
It was
I
on the
ended up-
roof.
Yeah, I was on the roof.
I remember. I was
know,
walking
yeah.
around and I saw you and I went, holy shit, that's Cory Oliver.
You're
I have to talk to her. I
serious.
can't believe I'm gonna get to talk to her. And then I walked up to you and just nerded
No, you didn't.
out. Oh, like such
Well,
a
it's funny,
big
we
nerd.
saw you
God.
recently.
No,
we were
you're
at
so
the Family
nice.
Film Awards where
Yeah,
you presented an
Family
award
Film
and
What a
we were hosting.
freaking situation that was.
But it was funny because
But
one
we
of the
got
other
to dance.
presenters,
Yes,
I
we danced together.
Like
yeah.
I met one of the other presenters, and we were just hanging out, talking by the red carpet, and then she sees you come off the red carpet. She's like, "Oh my God, I have to go meet Cory Oliver." Like she was so
Really?
excited to meet you.
That's so sweet.
You have
Yeah.
you have really good
I
fans,
have
and they seem
wonderful-
really
so
nice.
They're so
Yeah.
nice. And you know what? The thing we all know, we
Yeah.
all hear, is that's how we get here. Is these
Yeah.
wonderful people that tune in and want to see you, and they support you, and they support you. And now we have this social media, and they support you in social media. And I just thank every one of them because they're so lovely and faithful and loyal and
Yeah.
and I mean, I honestly, you don't realize it until you're there and you're meeting them, and they've all got a story to tell, right?
Yeah.
And they want to share it with us, and it's our job to encourage them and be there for them and thank them and be grateful. And this is one of the ways you give back is
Absolutely.
being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a really good, wonderful honor to be able to come out and spend time around the people of the world and talk to them, and young people and old people that come out to this to a comic book convention and get to talk to them about life and weird stuff.
And people think that Comic-Con is just comic book, but it's like we were talking about earlier, Mike and I. It's expanded. It's movies. It's
a whole pop culture phenomenon.
Event. Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Mike needs some caffeine.
Mike needs some
Come
caffeine.
on, Mike, join in.
It's been a long day.
It's an audio medium.
They can't see.
If you point out that I'm sleeping, they'll know that I'm sleeping.
I was expecting to hear some
But if you
snoring soon on the audio.
That's awesome. You guys are awesome.
The amount of stuff that we've done in the last 3 days has been, it's too much stuff,
I can
dude. It's a
imagine.
lot. We started Friday at
Thursday. We were
Thursday.
putting this booth together.
Yeah, me and Matt had to get here Thursday at what?
We had a big
8
fight
o'clock
over
in
an
the morning?
inflatable unicorn.
Me and Matt
We fought for an hour about
No
an
joke.
inflatable unicorn. It's a real thing.
And it's not the first one they've ever had either.
No, Matt and me were at each other's throats. We had to take a walk away from each other because it was too stressful. Because look,
It
look
is
at
pretty
these
big,
booths.
though. I'm staring at it right now.
The
Our booth is
that
huge.
we're in, it's 30
a 10 by
feet.
30.
Yeah.
10 by 30 is a lot of space when we're not a fucking store.
Yeah,
Like we're just a
pod.
we're a really cool podcast, but we're like, where are you supposed to put things and how's it supposed to fit together? And you have 3 tables and 6 chairs to work with. So you're like, where does stuff go? Where are you supposed to put stuff? And I've never put together a booth, and so
Well,
Matt
kudos. It looks great. You
Well,
guys.
it really came together. Thank the Lord.
Who
It all
just
came
just
together.
for the audience? Who did get that big chicken? And there's that a
It's a
duck?
giant duck.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
those are from Big Mouth Inc.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
Mouth Inc. is a really cool inflatables company, but they're like a novelty.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah,
place.
they make
And we were-
those. They make like giant donuts that are like pool floats that
Yeah.
people sit in that are very
We've
popular.
been working with them for years,
They're
and we
great.
got when we did the panel today, we got to give away some of
Everyone
their best
wanted
stuff.
that
which
donut
is,
purse.
Oh, the donut
Yeah,
purse.
it's a little
Really cool.
cooler.
It's a little donut
put
cooler
stuff in,
and the donut mugs. People go nuts for those.
Yeah, when someone won it, everyone else went, "Aw."
Yeah, everyone was like, I wanted it. Yeah, people love that. And I mean, we love working with them. I mean, some of the people we've gotten to work with on this particular Comic-Con are amazing. Threadless provided these absolutely gorgeous tapestries
Yeah, they
that
are.
that are all over, which is all the artwork that's up is from Mario Delgado, the artist
Wow.
and tattoo artist who has Moth and Dagger tattoo up in San Francisco. If you live in San Francisco or near San Francisco, you want to get a tattoo, that's the guy. Diva Rocker Glam, the Cindy who created some of these amazing pieces, our couch and our 2 thrones that we have, she created those, and we have those here.
Those are
and
very popular
We
over there.
we love those. A lot of people have taken pictures
It's been a
of
big
those.
photo op.
We got prints, these posters that literally we've gone through thousands of posters throughout this Comic-Con from overnightprints.com who did
Wow.
gorgeous work
yeah,
on this.
they did. They are beautiful.
And they did
Because
our
it was only
postcards.
it was like a month ago when we found out we were doing this. So we're
Yeah.
like,
No, we
how
talked
much
about
time
it
do
at
we
the
have
Family Film
to do
Awards.
something?
Yeah, we quickly tried to knock this out, and then Sticker U came in. They
Wow.
did 10,000 stickers,
Wow.
which are just awesome. And
Who
I'm
made
just
your pins?
the pins are from Rockin' Pins,
Yeah.
and they killed it. I mean, that
Sure
little
did. I love it.
the glitter,
Yeah.
glickman
they're
pin
awesome.
is pretty ridiculous.
Hey, I have to ask
yeah.
you guys a question. From each one of you, I'd like you to just give us a fun fact.
A
Quick
fun
fun
fact?
fact about you.
about us.
Yes. I'm turning the interview over onto you guys.
All right,
Yes.
Mike Black, you're up first. Fun fact about Mike Black.
One
I'm-
sentence or less.
I'm a Libra.
Me too. High five.
What's your birthday?
That is fun. October 1st.
That's cool. That's a Mickey Mouse dark helmet over there.
Your turn.
I won 5 medals in the academic decathlon.
Wow. That's actually impressive. I feel
Yeah.
stupid now.
That's good.
What's yours?
I was injured earlier this year when I made love to a
Oh, wow.
A robot.
a robot. Of,
A blowjob
of some
machine.
kind. It was a hey.
This is
Cory
going down
Oliver
south.
is
I
here.
know, yeah. This
Cory
is really-
Oliver's here.
Well,
Watch your
last time we
language.
saw each other, it was the Family Film Awards.
It
Let me
was
just
a
remind
sex robot, and it was a terrible life choice, and I regret it.
It
if
was
you're
a bad purchase.
Corey asked
Somewhat
for
like my
fun
interview
facts.
right
Oh, you're right. That's not a fun
fact.
That is a fuck fact. That is not a
No,
fun
that's
fact.
Fuck
really going
fact?
down south.
I survived. That's the fun
Maybe
fact.
something PG.
But
All right,
Mike and I,
here's a
by the
fun
way,
fact. All
Mike
right.
and I, when we found out about this, laughed for probably 3 hours straight.
Oh, this
He
is a
told us the
real
story.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
that's
real thing.
that
I made a
happened.
horrible choice, a horrible life choice. I'm fine though
Stop.
now.
You're not kidding. You
Corey,
are not
I'm
kidding.
okay
That's
now.
a thing
Don't
that he
be.
did.
Yeah, you look.
We
His girlfriend
laughed.
was going out of town for a couple weeks, and he bought a device that he should not have bought.
And just look, hey Corey,
We laughed
I'm a
almost
man,
as long as his girlfriend
and
laughed.
sometimes you make choices. All right.
I know about those. I do.
God.
You chose to tell that story just now.
I did.
That was a poor
No,
decision.
and I chose to
Bad
ask.
choice.
Okay,
Fun
so
fact.
moving
Sorry,
on.
fun fact about me. I have a very serious toy collecting problem. And it is-
Obviously.
yeah,
Also
my
true.
entire office is covered in toys, and then there's other types of toys I've had to throw away. The point is that this has been it's so fun to talk to you, Cory.
Thank you.
And you have proved to me that God is not dead. That's
Thank
how
you.
much
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Where can people find you on the social medias?
It's Cory Oliver 1, and that's Cory Oliver ONE, not the number 1. And that's Instagram and Twitter. And then I have CoryOliver.com, which is my website. And I also have a lip balm line. And
What?
That's, I have a lip balm line. It's called Beverly Hills Balm.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
.com.
I
and
love
it's
that.
I saw that on your
Beverly
Instagram the other
Hills
day.
BALM balm.com. So
Check that out.
Well, you have
guys.
fantastic
Check
lips,
it out.
so it
thank
must
you
work.
so much.
She's got great lips,
Thank
and she's
you.
a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Thank you guys. I
Mike
love you.
Black, where can people find you on the internet?
At Mike Black Attack on all social media.
You got it. And what about you, Matty Matt?
Find links to everything at funnymatt.com, or if you were not happy with anything that I had to say today, let me know at mattwalkersucks.com. And you should also go check out the new Nighttime Show website that we have up and running at thenighttimeshow.com.
You can always get me at Stephen Glickman, STPHEN Glickman, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast. And if you live in Los Angeles, come on out to the Nighttime Show live November 17th at the Hollywood Improv and December 15th. This has been so much fun, Cory.
Thank
You're
you so
the coolest,
much.
and
You
I
are
adore
too.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Love you.
Bye.
Oh, by
Bye.
the way, stay tuned for some outtakes of Mike Black butchering the intro.
Yes.
Stand up in front of a fireball. Stephen Glickman about to rock us all. Nighttime show is why we all are here. Sit back, shut up, grab yourself a beer. Robbie is so funny, Matt Walker is the best. Black does the intro, then they're on the gas. Nighttime show, the fucking nighttime show. Nighttime show, the nighttime show, nighttime
Whatever works for you. Can I just get a quick mic test from all?
Check.
Testing.
check.
Hi, good afternoon. Hello.
I am testing.
Volume good on everyone?
You bet.
I sound great.
I sound better.
You guys sound fabulous.
Okay. Whenever
You do
you're
sound
ready,
better.
I am rolling.
Live from the LA Convention Center and LA Comic Con itself, it's a very special edition of the Nighttime Show. With us, as always, our head writer and mint collectible leader of... Fuck, I'm going to start all over because I didn't have anything for that one.
Be louder.
Live from...
Oh, one more time. Louder, though. Louder.
Aside from meth? So you just said?
Shut up. Shut your face.
I'm putting all this at the end of the episode.
Good. That's where I want it.
I think the
Suck
correct
it.
thing would
Very
be
end.
"Shut your pie hole," which
Yeah,
is from
shut
Robert
your
De
pie
Niro.
hole.
And,
Shut your pie hole.
All right, we're doing it for real now. Wolverine's watching. It's very important.
Yeah.
There's
Here we go.
industry here.
Hilarious. All right.
All right.
Do the intro, you son of a bitch.
Finally. God.